The late great songwriter Irving Berlin once said, "Lord help the mister that comes between me and my sister." That's somewhat relative in the reasoning why former Longhorn great Jackson Jeffcoat and his sister Jacqueline attended different colleges.
If I went to school with her, any guy should have talked to her, I'd want to fight. And so I guess, and she's a pretty girl.
Both Jackson and Jacqueline were highly recruited athletes at Plano West High School. Jackson in football and Jacqueline in basketball. And there was a rumor both were a package deal.
Was there any truth to that?
Actually, it was a lie. It was more, and I mean, it's nothing against my sister, but it was more where she went. Yeah. I wasn't trying to go.
I think it's funny because my parents made it sure to coaches that they knew that we're not a package deal. If they wanted Jackson but weren't too interested in me, then it's a no-go. Don't just offer one of us just because you want the other.
Jacqueline signed with Oklahoma, and Jackson became a Longhorn. As you would imagine, that made for an interesting weekend in October whenever the Sooners and Horns met in Dallas.
I'd be like, Boomer, and he'd be like, whatever, hook 'em. But when that weekend that game came around, there was no joking. I was rooting for Texas football, and then when we were playing Texas in basketball, he was going for Oklahoma women's basketball.
But Jackson and Jacqueline weren't the first two members of the family who went to rival colleges. Their dad played football at Arizona State, and their mom, Tammy, attended the University of Arizona.
Blood is thicker than water. That's one of my family's favorite sayings.
And that gives you an idea of just how close Jacqueline and Jackson truly are. Quite honestly, the entire Jeffcoat family is, including their father, the legendary Dallas Cowboy great Jim Jeffcoat. That tight family bond was evident on the night of Jackson's final home game in a UT uniform in 2013.
And the first one that I believe that showed emotion was your sister. Yeah. And then, of course, your mother. That's what mothers do. But I looked over at your sister. She was the first one. Is there that emotional bond between you two as well?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes we get on each other's nerves, but we're connected. We're twins, so we understand how each other feels, and that's sometimes what bothers us. But we're really, really tight. We're very tight. If she needs something, I'm here for her. If I need something, she's here for me. And that's how it's always been. And that's, like you said, that's how my family is.
The Jeffcoats experienced a bonding moment before Jackson's junior year at Texas. Jacqueline was not happy playing basketball for OU, and she decided to transfer to Texas State.
She and I like to kind of go back and forth about football because my husband's also a football coach. And then, too, I have twins as well. I've got boy-boy twins. And the thing we found is on her visit, Jacqueline right away connected with our twins, specifically one of our twins. So we talk quite a bit about football and family. You know, they talk about faith, family, and football. That's Jacqueline Jeffcoat to a T, and that's her family.
And then the opportunity to play and start, it was just everything I wanted as a college athlete.
From talking to her, she loves that coach. And how do you feel about her playing down here in that program? Because she is flourishing, so to speak.
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, it was awesome to see her enjoy it. Oklahoma's just got a little tough. Like, her and the coach didn't get along too well. And, I mean, Sherry Cole's a great coach and everything. It's just sometimes you butt heads with coaches. And at first her heart led her to go to Oklahoma, and then her heart led her to go to Texas State. And I was so happy that she was close. And it was good because she's like 30 minutes away, so I could go and see her whenever. She could come see me whenever.
And she does have her twin moments where her and Jackson go back and forth, where I was like, well, did you talk to Jackson about it? Well, we're not talking right now. Oh, you're not talking right now because probably Jackson told you the truth. She's like, I don't want to talk about it, Coach Z. And there's times where she's all about Jackson. I think right now with her and Jackson, her heart is fully in just what's going on with his career.
But Jackson's NFL career didn't begin as anticipated.
We were all at home when the draft happened, and we were just shocked at what happened. And my family is very faithful in the Lord, and we figured, this is all going to happen for a reason, A top player at Texas goes undrafted. I mean, there has to be a reason for this, and it's a minor setback to a major comeback.
And that's exactly what happened. After being cut by Seattle as an undrafted free agent, the Washington Redskins placed Jeffcoat onto their practice squad. But in December, he received his first start against the team he grew up around.
You're more of a Dallas Cowboy than any of them because you were raised around it.
Oh, raised up.
Tell me what that was like.
It was special. It was special to be able to go up against the Dallas Cowboys because, like I was saying, I was talking to my dad about it. he was a New York Giants fan growing up. He's from New Jersey, so he loved New York. He was like, man, when they called him on draft day, they asked him, "Do you want to be a Dallas Cowboy?" He said no and hung up the phone. So I just think it's funny because he said, "Be careful who you don't like."
But his twin sis missed her brother's big moments because of her basketball obligations.
I don't know if it's like the twin thing that I don't need to watch him or what.
That twin thing is something special, including the first letter of their first names.
Is the pattern of the J's, will that continue from your dad, Jim, to you, Jackson, to Jacqueline, your sister? Will the J?
My older brother Jaron, my little sister Jasmine.
See, that adds
you
to the
know, we're
pattern
all
there.
J's. Me and my sister were actually talking about that.
Really?
And we were thinking of some J names. We got to keep it going. We got to keep it going. Shoot, I might even name one of my kids after my dad, James.
And just like Dad, Jackson is beginning to make a name for himself in the NFL. And according to her twin brother, Jacqueline has a bright future ahead of her in sports broadcasting.